absolutely no fear whatsoever, and they're in there, and Ross will be listening to Mark Williams. But here's Darren Crocker of the Richmond Tigers.
And could you see what happened when we had leading forwards and we had an open forward line? The reason we had an open forward line was because we moved the ball so quickly through the midfield from back into the forward line.
Numbers there, there's numbers there.
Make sure we get numbers back, right? Especially this last quarter. We've got to get numbers back. We've got to get guys behind the football. And then from there, we just all work in waves.
Come on.
You know what?
Win this one. Come on.
We got this.
We've been able to get numbers back for 3 quarters. We've been able to run from behind for 3 quarters. We've been able to lead for 3 quarters, and we've been able to play on for 3 quarters. But you know what? The challenge ahead of us is to do it for 4 quarters. We've got 1 quarter to go. We are fitter than they are. We put a lot more work in on the track than what they are. And we are more hungry than they are.
Well, there's Darren Crocker, formerly the coach of Port Melbourne, and of course a great player with North Melbourne, formerly the coach of Port Melbourne. And well, you talked about
professional club. Of course, they would have that kind of advantage over a side that's not fully professional, such as Preston, Northern Bullants. And so it's quite right to be making that observation. But that's a challenge for the standalone VFL clubs such as Preston. Preston, I keep saying I'm into this, into the drive now. So Northern Bullants. But it was a good start by Richmond. They looked like they're going to run away with the game in that 3rd quarter, and that was the one that had us wondering, wasn't it, Rob? I mean, Aaron James put it up high, 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 and eventually they got a goal out of it. But the Bullants fought back, and that was a really good sign by them, because they could have dropped the bundle and thought that this VFL, AFL side was going to get on top of them and have superior fitness and skill and the like. But they fought back in the second.
Cusack, who's down. Here's 50 for Burgiel.
And they did that well as Preston, the Northern Bullants all pressing forward. The kick bounced over the top. There were a million Tigers there, and it came to Haynes.
Well, it's remarkable, isn't it? Hill kicking a point on an advantage which might have gone back, but the umpire ruled that it should stand. I think I'm right saying it was Hill. Roscoe, the ball spills up the other end.
Yep.
And 3 players in the midfield. Haynes onto it. He's played a great game. 5 goals. He must be in amongst them. And that is a ripper.
Still chance.
Terrific game.
A Bullant parry forward. Oh, but well done in the ruck by the Tigers. Look at Brent Evans. He's worked hard in half forward. Hasn't had a dominant influence, but been busy. And we catch our breath. We don't have the clock. We're sitting on the edge of our seats. And so too is Mark Williams, the Bullant coach. They trail by 6 points. Ball in the centre. Needing a clear tap out, but it came to Hall for the Tigers. Inside 50. Dished out the big fellow. Arthurson. He's just wide. Won't get the distance. Through the hands of Proctor.
Sort of points handy here.
Yeah, it's the winner. That point just about stitches it up.
It's not a point of a throw in.
Throw in, dear me. Should have slipped it across the line.
So one last hurrah to tie things up perhaps for the Bullants. They've been very gallant all day.
Reckon James will grab it.
Over the top. Gee, he's got a good leap on him, that fella, Burgiel. Another chance for the Tigers. That was a throw. The umpire spotted it. No. And a high tackle now. And advantage. Evans has a flying shot and has kicked a
it's
goal.
going back. It's going back, Rob.
Okay. Well, we're well past 33 minutes now. You'd think something extraordinary would have to happen for the Bullants to pull this one out of the bag. Maybe he kicks into the man on the mark or something remarkable like that, but you couldn't see it happening. Contentious free kick. Not so sure about that.
Goes high.
And just a little delay here is almost an anticlimactic finish to what's been a ripper finish.
Well, I haven't seen a game like this at the Jock McHale Stadium for a long, long time.
So this will put the issue beyond doubt.
Come on, who is it?
I've got absolutely no idea. I'd only be guessing. I'm sorry, but he's put the issue beyond doubt. The mystery man of the Richmond Football Club, and it's Proctor, number 40.
2 goals to him.
They should stamp number 40. Was 48, was it? It's Robbie Taylor, is it indeed? The skipper.
The captain.
So well done, Robbie. And the Tigers, you'd think, have finally got on the board in the VFL in the year 2000.
That boy, Bergiel, has got a phenomenal leap.
Yeah.
How about that? Is that a throw?
That was a throw.
Is that a throw?
There's the high one on Taylor. So, all is lost, one would think, for the Bull Ants. One last flurry forward. It might have been Gibson with the kick. Sitting it away there. There's Vardy. Gary Sullivan suggested close to senior selection.
He did again.
Big game. Out here to Gibson. Siren goes. The Tigers by 2 goals.
So Richmond, 14-11-95 in a cliffhanger to get round 7 off. 12-11-83 the Northern Bull Ants. They hit the front late, and the young Tigers then had to respond, and to their credit, they did, Phil Cleary.
They sure did. They really did. And, you know, the Bull Ants fought so hard, they bounced back, but yeah, Darren Crogger's got to be happy in that the matching uniforms there, because they had to get up off the mat and win a great game. God, it was a terrific performance. Windy conditions always make it hard, but the Birdman there, Brett Evans, he played a good game too. They fought really hard at the finish and got up in a really, really exciting game of football. And there's Darren Crogger, the coach Port Melbourne last year, as Rob Waters pointed out. Be very excited about the game, because they've haven't won once. They got the first one on the board after 6, isn't it? 6 now. 5 before today, of course. So great finish.
And a feeling that these young Tigers, many of them wouldn't have experienced in the Tigers uniform before, and that is, of course, getting up with the points. Matthew Gregg there, flashy sort of customer, shows promise in parts. And great to see that they guts this out, the Tigers. I think the Bull Ants can consider themselves a bit stiff, though. Maybe the rub of the green went against them a bit in the end.
The golfing term's very applicable today, Rob, because that advantage goal to Hill, where he kicks the point, you know, you've seen that not paid, actually reversed, and on that occasion they didn't reverse it. There you see it. So Ross Booth, I think you're organised. We're having a look at the scores here. It's been a very good win to the Tigers. They'd be so happy down there, wouldn't they? Yes,
they are, Phil. Of course, their first win, and a player contributed a lot with 5 goals was Ben Haynes, a major goal scorer today, and Stan Petty. Ben has some keys for you first.
Congratulations, Ben. A great game and a good fight back. These are the keys of the Coston forward. Beautiful, thank you.
Thanks, Stan. Thanks. Well, Ben, very tight game all day. It wasn't really a brilliant game. It was a scrappy game, and you found trouble getting your feet, but in the end, perseverance told out for you.
Yeah, it was pretty windy all day, so that was probably going against us, because we got so much speed and probably a bit more talent. Being an AFL side, so that probably went against us, but we thought through and good win.
Yeah, and how did you get to Richmond? What's your background?
I played with the Western Jets last year in a few games with Essendon, trained with Essendon during the pre-season, and then Essendon picked me up with their 5th choice as a rookie.
Well done. Now tell us, how did you feel running in there with the open goal in time line?
Pretty daunting, I say. Geez.
Always ever going to have a shot with you?
Oh, don't know. I was just wanted to thread it through and just hope for the siren.
Oh, we did it well, Ben. Well done. Ben Haynes, 5 goals today, our man of the match this week. And the Tigers have their first win.
Yes, well done, Ross. And, gee, it was quite a spirited finish there in the end, wasn't it? Good fun.
Fantastic game. Just a great game, especially when you've got a standalone VFL side, Preston, Northern Bull Ants, playing an AFL club. So it had all of that, great ingredients, great atmosphere, and just terrific football in difficult conditions.